What's up guys, this is Chrono Joe and today I'm here bringing you another gameplay commentary, this time with Rainbow Six Siege. I think I provided one commentary in the past with Rainbow Six Siege, but it wasn't an intentional commentary so much as just natural match gameplay. Whereas in this video I've got a little clip that I've decided to bring to you, and this is a kind of a comeback moment against a 2v5 situation where my other three teammates decided to leave. One of them decided that he was going to have dinner, and the others decided they didn't want to be on our team anymore because we were losing, I suppose. The others were just random, so it kind of happens that if you're losing a match, then they just abandon ship, basically. That's unfortunate, but that's the way Siege works. That's the way multiplayer gaming works right now. I really wish they just removed the quit button from games, to be honest with you. Like, just literally take the quit button away, because so many people wouldn't quit anymore if it was less accessible, you know? If it was just like a pain, then they wouldn't quit anymore. You didn't have to punish them for quitting. You don't have to give them a 15-minute ban. Just make it awkward. Like, then they won't do it. That's my opinion. But anyway, right now what I thought I'd do is I'd provide you some tips on what to do in this kind of situation, in case you might find that useful. I don't know. Either way, what we decided to do, or at least what I decided to do, was I decided it wasn't a very good idea for me to be on the drones, because on the objective, and to take care of the drones and try and retain the illusion that we were defending the objective when we weren't, because that would give me the opportunity to flank the opponents, basically. And in a 2v5, in honesty, realistically, if you assume they're of equal skill, which isn't necessarily reasonable to assume in these random public lobbies, but if you assume they are of equal skill, then realistically you're not going to outgun them in a 5v1 open gunfight or a 5v2 open gunfight. You're not going to be able to do that. What you need to do is outsmart your opponent. So you need to be earning kills by diversions, by flanking, by things like that, getting on their side and making the most of positioning and tactical awareness rather than necessarily your raw ability with your gun. And that's what I was going for here, basically. I was going for a flank, and by sitting in that lower kind of area, in the kitchen area I was just in there, you have a lot of control over a lot of the map, because you can hear them on the upper floor, and you can also hear them breaching both the backyard and both the repel points from that point there. And that's brilliant, because it means at any point they really enter for these objectives, you're going to hear them. And even if they're in the lobby, just having one guy on your team watching the lobby, you can also hear that area as well. So you have so much control over the map, and at the same time you're able to get to any point extremely quickly. So right now, basically, I actually told my teammate we'd even the odds, so we might as well regroup and try and actually defend the objective. Because at this point, if we're better players than they are, or if we're just better in the moment, then we're going to be able to win the objective on equal grounds. It doesn't make sense for me to make a high-risk play where I'm flanking or something like that, end up losing our chances to just kill them outright on the objective area. At the very least, I can wait for them to attack, or wait to see them, and it won't take my attention towards them as soon as that's becomes apparent. And unfortunately, my teammate died here, but what he did actually do, and what he was slightly late to inform me of, was he actually managed to take down the guy that he was shot by. So what that means is I can rapidly move in for the kill on the last guy and be able to take the round, which is what happened there. In a way, I was lucky, because he hit me with his sniper bullet, and if I had been hit by any of the three players earlier substantially, then he would have been able to kill me. But I wasn't, and that's how circumstances played out. So in every instance in Siege, there's always little circumstances like that, where it's like, if I had 10 less health, or I had 10 extra health, you would have won the encounter. But I guess you can't really think like that, because there's so many variables interplaying in each individual moment, that you just kind of have to play for the moment-to-moment gameplay, and play the moment as it is, and just do your best. But yeah, if I was slightly less healthy, he would have killed me. This time I decided to go Pulse instead, because I thought the Nitro Cell might come in handy, given that they already knew I wasn't going to be on the objective realistically, and I'd be running a slightly different playstyle to conventional. They probably wouldn't be distracted by castles, barriers, etc. So I thought I'd go Pulse, who can move around the map faster, etc. Now, once again, I made an effort to take out the drones here, but I simply didn't see any, to be honest with you, so I just ran around aimlessly for 3 minutes, no, not 3 minutes, 45 seconds. I think I killed one drone in the end, but it doesn't seem like they had that many drones on the objectives. That was okay. If these people were using drones and remote surveillance more frequently, then they'd definitely be able to create a scenario where they had the upper hand on me. and pinned me down, but they didn't, so who cares. But yeah, I'm always worried about drones. I'm always worried about drones when we have a player disadvantage. So they have 5. So that means they could keep just 2 of their teammates or 1 of their teammates on drones dedicatedly. And by doing that, they'd be able to give that individual or their team generally a huge advantage, because they would have the enemy team harassed by drones and either spotted or being forced to kill the drones with gunfire. And that creates a problem, because it means either way they need to give away their position. And right now, my teammate has died on the objective. And while being on the objective is kind of helpful for me, because it means I can orientate myself around him, because I know enemies are going to be there, the motion sensor, that the metal detectors are so annoying on this map. In my opinion, they should be like used as an actual mechanic where you can interact with them in some way, so you can destroy them. That has a trade-off, because enemies will hear your gunfire, etc., and you won't be able to use them yourself. But instead, as it is, they're just on, and you're stuck with that, and you have to make do. And it kind of kills some play sometimes. Like, if these guys were especially good, they could easily orientate their attention towards what they heard there. And I mean, it's not a quiet thing either. You can hear it across quite a while. Like, this guy should have heard that, but maybe he did. Maybe that's why he was running to this back alley. I don't know. Either way, by being quiet and just taking my time on the map, I was able to take him down quite easily. And that's the thing about moving around slowly when there's like a lot of people on the opposing team. And it's kind of comical that they were trying to fuse me really, because, I mean, I guess Fuse is always desperate to fuse, right? But that's really not going to work. They didn't know where I was. They just kind of guessed that I might be on the objective. And he ended up killing a teammate for it. This is a hugely easy scenario to be in, because I have these lockers here, and I know as soon as I poke out, I have just 1 or 2 shotgun shots to take these guys down. And unfortunately, I think they were planting on B at the time, but that's them down, and there's just 1 guy left. And I can hear a shield guy right now, which is why I stopped the pulse sensor and stopped orientating myself towards that doorway. And as soon as I think he's there, it's a very easy kill, thanks to the nitro cell I picked up earlier. And that's it really. This has been Chrono Joe. Hopefully you appreciated the video, and maybe you're able to take something from it to incorporate into your own gameplay when you're in this kind of scenario. Like I say, the idea is generally you need to use the tactical advantage of them being negligent and being overconfident in this situation, and just don't be predictable. Basically, don't just sit on the objective and wait for them to come to you, because generally that isn't going to work. Anyway, if you'd like my video, please remember to like, comment and subscribe. This has been Chrono Joe. Peace out.